Today, I'm going to tell you about something that I have really been searching for a while. It's a new gaming mouse, and it's not really a gaming mouse. It's actually a powerhouse design of what a mouse should be for your computer if you are really interested in a really good looking mouse. And I've been using this for I think a week almost, and I got a lot to tell you guys about. So I'm gonna definitely tell you all about this. This is the Mercury M2 wireless gaming mouse from GravaStar, and I've been meeting GravaStar every year in the IFA convention. Finally, I have some remarks about one of their products after using it for almost a week. First of all, the big thing with this mouse, you gotta see it, guys. It's crazy. It's the RGB lights, or the light that basically shines from inside this mouse device, and also the design of the mouse itself. Now we are going to talk about the specs because this mouse has kinda everything, but as you can see, the unique design here with the basically open design makes it look really cool. And when I mean cool, I mean you can really feel the air moving through the mouse. Also, if you have an air-conditioned room, but also that the design itself is extremely beautiful. I mean, I've seen it on the show floor in IFA, and I was like, hey guys, this is something that we gotta talk about on my channel, and this is definitely what we're doing today. So let's first of all just look at what we get in the box, and then we'll talk about the specs. First of all, the box itself is really nice. I usually don't keep boxes, but this one looks like a box I'm going to keep, and coming from a product that basically costs around $80 US. This is a nice design. In terms of what you get inside, you get the dongle, which is a USB dongle I already have connected, that connects to maybe this adapter, which is a type C to type A. And then you get this long cable. It's a braided cable that's really nice. You also get a bunch of stickers. Now, these stickers are important because you can put them on the side of the mouse over here if you don't like this kind of grip, where it's basically you holding plastic on your thumb. And you also get another type of cover which you can use here on the top. And on the bottom, you also get a nice set of covers that you can use just on your pads on the bottom. I really think that these pads are amazing as it is. This is as good as any other great mouse that I've purchased that costs around 10 times, maybe I'm actually exaggerating, maybe 5 times more. And this mouse is the highlight, obviously. What we're looking at basically is the Mercury M2 gaming mouse. And the thing here is that you get a lot beyond design. This is a 26,000 DPI mouse, and it also has these RGB lights, which we will talk about, and actually use the software and show you how you can use it. It weighs 79 grams. So this is an ultra-light mouse, gaming mouse, and basically there are even lighter mice on the market, but you can think about this mouse as definitely one of the most lightest or ultralight mouse you can get right now, I think. If you really care about weight, you can probably get 60 grams of mouse on the other devices or other companies, but not as good looking as this one. Other than that, we are talking about 1000 Hertz polling rate, and you know what? Let's just look at the software, because if you ask me, the software here is really interesting. You have a lot you can do with it. So this is the GravaStar software. It's kind of weird because getting it is basically through Google Drive, which is something that felt weird to me. We can choose between these options on the top. And an interesting thing I found here is that you can actually define what the DPI loop button does. So you have a bunch of buttons on this mouse. Obviously, there's this DPI switch button on the top. You have the scroll wheel here on the top, 2 buttons for left and right, and 2 side buttons. So probably a bit generic. In terms of connectivity, you also get Bluetooth connectivity and dongle connectivity and an off switch. And this is obviously the sensor. And you also get a place to put your dongle if you want to use this mouse on the go. But the important thing, what I just started talking about, is that you can actually define what each button does, including the DPI loop. We can change it to do something else. If you want to have it disabled, if you want to have it as a special fire key, as a combo key, we can change that, because this software also has macro options, as you can see. So I can basically create a macro and then use this button as a macro switch and not a DPI loop, if I'm happy with my DPI switch, let's say. So we can go over here, we can change the DPI switch settings, so we can change it to be, if we want it, up to 6400 DPI You can see here, and then we can take this and even try to move that forward to 26,000. Basically, that's unusable for me right now, but so yeah, this is the settings here. I kind of like using 3000. The default was 3200. You can change the polling rate, which is currently 1000 hertz. You can, if you want to decrease the power usage, probably you can change it to 125 hertz. You'll feel the difference though between these two, definitely. So I kind of skip it on the 1000 hertz. And we have a lot of options over here, like setting the ripple control, angle snapping, and motion signal. Angle snapping is interesting. Basically, it helps the sensor keep your movement at specific angles. It's really easier to move the mouse on a specific angle because it kind of keeps it in that angle. It's really interesting. And there's also a peak performance mode where you go to high power mode. If you turn it on, you can define how long it will be. You can also change the amount of DPI stages, but the default is 6, so it's the maximum. This is the macro software. We have this also in other products or other companies, but just having this on a really lightweight mouse software is also nice. And also we have all the lightning modes. Now I want to show you this because this is really important. You get a lot of options here. So you can change between the rainbow moving mode, which basically changes the LEDs, and we're going to take a look at that. In a rainbow pattern. So you can see basically the colors switching. Now you kind of get this pulsing effect right now on the camera. This is not something that happens on the real world. So I don't see that. If I get it away from the camera now. So this pulsing effect doesn't happen. I don't see that. It basically is the refresh rate of my camera. And also we can just choose a single color. So if I want this to be constantly red, I can change that and or change it to a breathing mode. So just like looking at the software itself, there's a lot of different options. You can choose from neon, rainbow flicker, whatever. And it's really, it's really lovely. The lights here are strong. And this is something, let's look at the neon. You'll basically see kind of bluish, greenish light changing between these lights. So it's amazing in terms of RGB lights settings. And in the end, you get a bunch of other options like checking the firmware for it, or basically running the software on the startup. So a lot is going on with this mouse. Design is number one for me. The whole RGB light thing, which is basically making this mouse look like it got to me from the future. And for me, this is kind of important. The scroll wheel is interesting. I like it because it's very specific. You feel that you know what you're doing when you're basically scrolling with this mouse. And yeah, it has this pattern on it. The design basically is, it's really identifiable with your finger. So all in all, after using this for a week, I think it's really recommended as a gaming mouse, at least for people like me who have an average sized hand. Before that, I was using this Logitech mouse, which is kind of smaller. And in the end, I felt like my hand was a bit too big for this. But this one is just amazing. It feels amazing on the hand, and they have an amazing sensor that they put on this. You'll feel like you're using a $200 mouse, professional gaming mouse. So they do have other models, basically, and I hope that I'll be able to check them out, and I'll also show you guys what I mean. So we have the M2 over here, and we also have all these other options. The Mercury M1 Pro is basically the other option you can get when checking out their specific GravaStar mice. And also, as you can see, and sorry for my English, by the way, I am speaking in multiple languages. We can see the price difference, but we can also see that the frame material is different. These are used, the M1 are used, being created by magnesium alloy frame material and not PVC. And also another thing that I found out is that there's a big difference in terms of battery size. So you get 200 hours of battery with the Mercury M1 Pro, with Bluetooth or wireless 146 hours, but with the Mercury M2 Stealth, which is what we're using right now, we get 82 hours and 63 hours of usage on wireless dongle or Bluetooth with 82. So there's a big difference in battery life if this is important for you, but you are paying for that in terms of weight. It's going to be 10 grams more in terms of weight, and basically taking it out of the ultralight form factor, which I usually say about mouse that weight less than 80 grams. So yeah, a lot is going on with this specific mouse. but in the end, it's an amazing piece of highly neatly designed product that if this is important for you, get it. I'm going to put links in the video description down below. It's being sold on Amazon. And thank you very much for watching. I was Roto. Subscribe if you want to see my other reviews. I hope I'll be able to cover also the other GravaStar products. It was great meeting them back in IFA a week ago, and I hope I'll see them next year also. Thank you very much for watching. I was Roto. Bye bye.